this is Lula LV. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and spending some of your time with me today. In this video, I will be going over all the details we know so far about the soon-to-be released Louis Vuitton Micro Pochette Metis. Louis Vuitton is taking one of their most popular and beloved bags, the Pochette Metis, and releasing it in a micro version on or around March 31st, 2022. I'm going to start off this video by sharing my thoughts on the Micro Pochette Metis. Then we will be taking a look at all of the specs, including the price, size, whether it fits a phone, materials it will be released in, as well as colors, and finally my personal take on adding this new bag into your collection. I first heard about this Micro Pochette Metis a few days ago from Foxy LV's Instagram account. If you aren't familiar with Foxy LV, she is a huge Louis Vuitton enthusiast, and through personal connections, she learned some insider information about new and upcoming Louis Vuitton releases, and she posts that information when she's able to her Instagram account. So I will be sure to include a link to her Instagram account below if you aren't already following her. She is a great account to follow. Before we continue into my thoughts and the specs on this bag, let me just show you the photos that Foxy LV posted. She posted a up-close detail of the front of the bag, as well as an interior shot and a photo of the back of the bag. And she posted this bag in 3 different colors, in a beige, a light pink, and a light yellow. Really beautiful colors for the spring and summer coming up soon. And when I saw this bag posted, I had a few initial thoughts. Number one, my first thought was that mini bags aren't going anywhere soon. Large bags, hobo bags have been seen a lot on the runways. Chanel just released their new Chanel 22 design, which is a large hobo style bag. We also saw hobo bags on the Louis Vuitton women's fall winter runway not too long ago, and I'll insert photos of all of these as well. So while large hobo bags have been seeing a resurgence, the fact that Louis Vuitton is releasing a micro version of the Pochette Metis at the same time, I think goes to show that the mini bag or the tiny bag trend isn't over quite yet. It's not going anywhere anytime soon, I don't think, even if it does decline in popularity a little bit. The second thought I had was that the Pochette Metis was a really interesting choice for a Louis Vuitton design to release in a micro version. The Pochette Metis is very popular, so it does make sense to release it in a smaller size. However, it's popular due to its practicality and functionality as an everyday bag. And as you can see here, when you shrink it down to this micro size, how small it is, it takes away one of the main benefits of this bag was, as I said, its practicality and functionality, and you're releasing this bag that really can't fit that much in it. So I thought it was a really interesting choice from a use perspective. So now let's get into the specs on this bag, which I know everyone wants to know. I have this little white box here that I wrapped up. This is the measurements of the Micro Pochette Metis as they were released on Foxy LV's Instagram post. The Micro Pochette will measure 5.5 inches in length, which is approximately 14 centimeters, 4.3 inches in height, which is approximately 11 centimeters, and in depth 1.4 inches, which is approximately 3.5 centimeters. So I have a few items here to compare them to. Number one, let me set these aside and Let's look first at the Coach Cassie, which, if you're not familiar with the Coach Cassie, this is basically the Coach version of the Pochette Metis. It is almost exactly the same size, the same style with the lock closure, the top handle, the removable strap on the side, and the interior is also the same with the 2 larger pockets and the 3rd smaller pocket in the back. For all intents and purposes, to show a comparison, this Coach Cassie is the same size as the Pochette Metis. And if you look at this size difference, it is significant. This is clearly not a mini version of the bag. It is truly a micro version of the bag. If you are a longtime Louis Vuitton enthusiast, you may remember maybe several years ago, a mini Pochette Metis was released. I think it was a very limited or short-term release. I don't see that bag often. It was a size in between the micro and the regular size. That was the mini size, was in between the micro and the regular size of the Pochette Metis. This micro is significantly smaller than that. As you can see, it's maybe 2/3 the length of the bag, about 2/3 the height, and about half the width of the bag. So it is significantly smaller. The micro Pochette Metis, as you could see in Foxy LV's photos, still featured a top handle. It featured the same S-lock closures on the Pochette Metis. However, the 2 main differences in the design were on the inside. Instead of 3 compartments, there were only 2 compartments on the inside. And on the back of the bag, there was no slip pocket or zippered pouch on the back of the bag. Also in her photos, the strap was missing. The Pochette Metis comes with either a leather or canvas strap, depending on whether you purchase the bag in leather or canvas. And I'm not sure whether the micro version will come with the same style leather strap or a chain strap. When the mini Pochette Metis was released several years ago, that came with a chain strap. So the strap is removable because you could see it was not pictured in the photographs. However, I'm not sure if it's a leather strap, a chain strap, or if it's adjustable. So that information is all TBD. Now that we've looked at it compared to the Cassie, aka Pochette Metis, for these intents and purposes, I want to compare this to the mini pochette accessoire. The micro Pochette Metis is very similar in size. The height is just about the same. The micro Pochette Metis is maybe 1 or 2 centimeters taller than the mini pochette accessoire. It is slightly wider. As you can see here, the base is roughly the same width, but the top is much wider on the Pochette Metis. From the photos, it looks like the Pochette Metis will be roughly the same width from top to bottom. It will not taper at the top as does the mini pochette accessoire. So you can really see the height difference here. Let me get a little closer. I apologize for the poor lighting in this video. So you can see the micro Pochette Metis is a little bit wider as well as taller, and the length is almost exactly the same. So here you can see the lengths of each bag side by side. So the micro Pochette Metis is very, very similar in size to the mini pochette accessoire. If you want to compare the micro Pochette Metis to other mini bags that are available from Louis Vuitton, I have here the regular size pochette accessoire. You can see that the micro Pochette Metis is a few inches shorter. It is significantly shorter in length. It is roughly the same height and roughly the same width Again, the pochette accessoire does taper in at the top. So you're looking at about the same size as the pochette accessoire, minus, I would say, about 3 inches in length. And the same for the Felicie, since the Felicie and pochette accessoire are very similar in size. You can see significantly shorter in length. The Pochette Metis is much more similar to the Felicie pochette in width. You can see the width here, and the height is almost exactly the same. So hopefully this will give you a better understanding of exactly how small this new bag will be. And let me stand these back up. Now what I'd like to do is open up this box, and just for fun, let's see what we can fit inside. Here on the table, I've set out some items that we can play around with to see what fits inside this little box. I feel like this should be obvious, but I do want to make a disclaimer that this is clearly not the actual micro pochette metis. So this demonstration of what fits is just for fun. Of course, the pochette metis will have 2 interior pockets, so the interior space will be a little different than this open box. However, this box is the same dimensions as the dimensions Foxy LV gave for the micro pochette metis. So for fun, let's just see what fits. First of all, I'll show you what will not fit. And that's most likely your phone, depending on what model you have. This is the case for my iPhone 11 Pro. I have the Pro phone, not the Max size, and it will not fit. If I took the case off of my phone, I may be able to squeeze my phone in the bag without the case on it. I might just have to bow the sides of the bag out a little bit to make it fit. But I would say your phone will likely not fit, particularly with the case on. So let's put that aside. The other thing is your sunglasses. Probably won't be able to fit your sunglasses. This is a, I would say, standard or average size pair of sunglasses. This is not an oversized pair of glasses. These would not fit. I also have the 6 key holder here, and I would say that while it does fit, particularly due to the construction of the interior with the 2 pockets, you probably wouldn't want to take up this much room in a mini bag with a 6 key holder. So I would say this is probably out. So that leaves us with these items here. I have a pocket organizer. This would easily fit inside one of the interior pockets. I also took out my car fob, so you could easily fit the fob in, or a few loose keys on a small keychain. I also have a mini mascara that you could easily fit in next to your key fob, as well as a mini lipstick. And you can see there is quite a bit of room left at the top. So I would say one of the 2 slip pockets, you could fit a card holder or a pocket organizer or loose cards. In the other interior pocket, you could easily fit a fob, a lip balm, a mini mascara. You could also fit another flat item, such as this mask. This particular mask is a little bit bigger, but you could very easily fold it in half and slip it in. So you're looking at, I would say, basically the standard for what you could fit inside a mini bag. Going into the last part of the video, my personal take and recommendation on whether or not you should add this bag to your collection. I would say go ahead and add it to your collection if you are very into mini bags, you have mini bags, and you know exactly what you're getting into with a mini bag. by all means, go ahead and get it. If you are a Louis Vuitton collector and money is no object, of course, go ahead and get it. However, if money is an object for you, you do not have unlimited funds, and you like to have usable, practical, or functional bags, I would suggest maybe looking into other designs at Louis Vuitton. If you're looking for something practical or usable, I don't think the micro pochette métis would be your best choice. My prediction for this bag, due to its very small size, is that its popularity will be similar to that of the Bottega Mini Jodi. The Mini Jodi is very popular on social media, particularly when it was first released. It was all over social media. Every single influencer or content creator I felt like had the Mini Jodi. It was very Instagram friendly. And I feel like the micro pochette métis will be exactly the same way. It will be all over social media, very Instagrammable. However, I feel that within the next few years, after the initial infatuation has died off, when the next It bag is released, I feel that this will be probably fairly easy to find on the resale market, just due to its size and its lack of practicality. If you are looking for something that has a similar vibe, particularly the colors, the micro pochette métis, according to Foxy LV, will be released in empreinte leather, in the light pink, light yellow, as well as a beige color. And if you're looking for those sort of colors and a similar vibe, I would recommend going with the Felici. It's a similar size, except it's longer, so it will fit your phone, particularly if you take the inserts out. The Felici does come with 2 inserts, a zipped pouch as well as a cash and card holder. You can easily fit your phone, your keys, all of your essentials in here. It has the same envelope style flap closure as the Pochette Métis. It has a button closure instead of the S-lock, so that is a difference. It does also have a removable chain, so you can mix up the chain and the look of this bag. This comes in the turtle dove as well as the rose ballerine colors, so 2 similar colors that the micro pochette métis will be available in. According to Foxy LV, the price of the micro pochette métis will be $1,800 US. The Felici retail for $1,600, I believe $1,620 US exactly. So they're slightly less expensive and slightly bigger, so you may get more use out of these options. I hope this video has been helpful for you. I would love for you to comment below. Let me know, what are your thoughts on the micro pochette métis? Will you be buying it? Do you think it will just be a trend bag or something that's here to stay? And let me know what you think of my predictions. Let me know if you predict the same or a different future for the micro pochette métis. Thanks again, and if you would like to catch future videos, please consider subscribing to my channel. Bye-bye now, and enjoy the rest of your day.